name is Tristan, I'm 21 years old, and I'm from Miami, Florida. And I literally have no ass. I was a really active and playful kid. I loved being outside, skating, playing baseball. I loved climbing trees, just swinging from one branch to another. I was like a little monkey. And one day, it all changed. I ended up getting sick, started feeling really strange pains on my butt. We knew something was really wrong when I lost the use of one of my legs. I just couldn't move it anymore. My mom took me to multiple doctors, and we weren't able to find any answers. It wasn't until we finally went to a children's hospital that we figured out what was going on. That's when they diagnosed me with Ewing sarcoma, which is a rare bone cancer usually found in children. They did a CT scan and they found the tumor growing. It turned out to be the size of a melon, and for an 8-year-old, it's extremely large. Going through chemotherapy was just about the hardest part of going through with everything. Just always being constantly nauseous. Once they were able to shrink it down to the size around a fist is when they were able to remove it. So the doctors were more worried about saving my life than having to worry about the aesthetics of my body. They went ahead and removed some soft tissues, part of my tailbone. They left me with absolutely nothing in my rear side. Not having a rear end sucks. It's a nuisance not being able to sit down for long periods of time. People don't understand how much they sit.
I got some green onions here.
How nice in color there.
Oh yeah, that is beautiful.
But for me, it's painful. Walking, it tends to hurt the glute muscles as well that are not there, but it still hurts. And aesthetically, it's not pleasing. It basically looks like a steamroller just came and just crushed me from the back. It's so ugly. It's really ugly. Right now I'm working with nothing basically, and having a butt would make a lot of things easier. I can go for like a nice Kim K sized rear. That'd look great on me. No, I wouldn't.
So what do you think your percent body fat is now?
It's probably like 22, 23%.
Only 22, 23. Heather bought me
Oh, no!
a body fat analyzer.
All right.
And so...
I know what you want to do.
Well, I mean,
You couldn't give me a week.
Well, we talk a lot about body fat and overall
All right,
fitness, and we preach health to our patients. So why don't we go in the exam room,
Yeah, let me take this out.
get into a gown, and let's check it out, okay? Okay. When I got the body fat analyzer, I wanted to see where my body fat was in relationship to my workout and my diet. And I also wanted to use it to make fun of Paul.
Hi, baby.
Oh! Whoa, are you trying to show me how muscular you are?
No, I grew my hair for you on my chest.
Wow.
I did that for you. Good, snatch it. Good.
You are Simeon. I'm not touching that.
Just touch it. Good. Just go.
I'm not stand up for a second.
Just touch it.
By the way, just take this off, would you? Are you holding your stomach here a little bit?
No.
Here, just relax, All right, so let's do your right. I hope this body fat analyzer is up to the task of measuring Paul's body fat, because I didn't get the heavy duty industrial strength body fat analyzer, so that may be a problem. 17.3.
I did
You
not.
are so not 17.3.
Excuse me.
No way are you 17.3. No.
17% pure muscle, pure man.
Here, you measure me. Okay. Right there.
Oh, look at the cute little undies. Look at it, baby.
Shut up.
This looks actually like like we look a little weird in here doing this.
11.8.
Okay, so overall I'm about average of 18.
Right.
And you're about 12, let's say.
Do it. Wah! Flex, let me see you flex. Suck your gut in.
I am.
Oh, okay.
You do look good.
This is Tristan, who had some form of childhood cancer and has resulted in this.
Oh my God, the butt's gone.
The butt's gone. What does the buttock do? What is the purpose of padding of the buttock? So that you can sit down and not be directly on your pelvic bones. Look at that.
Oh
Have
my
you
God.
ever seen anything like this? Let's bring Tristan in.
Can you please send in Tristan? Tristan?
Nice to meet you, Tristan.
How are you, Dr. Nassif?
Hi, Tristan. Terry Bro. Pleasure to meet you.
Angelica, Tristan's mom.
Today is console day, and I finally get to meet with Dr. Dubrow. I'm eager to know what the possibilities are that we're going to be able to go through with.
What we want to hear is your medical journey.
At age 8,
Yeah.
I basically lost the nerves, like the mobility in my leg. I basically turned into a flamingo. You know how when flamingos sleep, they hinge it?
It actually just did that.
It just
Right.
did it by itself.
By
Like I
itself.
had no control.
There
I
was no-
instantly lost the nerves, and it just stayed that way.
Because the tumor apparently was
It was just crushing
like,
the nerves.
I guess, entwined with the nerves of the leg.
So it caused a contraction.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Just
The doctors were
Shot upright.
basically focusing on the leg versus where the tumor was. Nobody knew that it was a tumor that was growing inside his pelvic area.
finally, the last hospital that we visited, we discovered what it was instantly. I was diagnosed with Ewing sarcoma at the age of
Ewing
8.
sarcoma.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ewing sarcoma is a particularly malignant type of bone tumor that can occur throughout the body. Unfortunately, even with modern surgical and chemotherapy techniques, the survival rate can be very low. That must have been incredibly scary.
It was. He had to go through a lot of psychologists at the hospital because, how do you explain to an 8-year-old that they're sick? And I remember he had asked me to go get Burger King for him because that's what he wanted to eat that day. And I stepped out, and I remember coming back to the hospital. As I walked in, he tells me, "Mom, guess what? I have cancer, but it's okay because the doctors are gonna give me medicine to fix it." So it's hard. It's difficult to hear that from an 8-year-old child, telling you that. And it was harder for me. I spent my time crying outside, while he slept. But I'm just very happy that he's alive.
The patients that we see usually have bad results because, number one, they have made bad decisions, or two, have had bad doctors. But in this case, it's different. This innocent child had a horrible disease, caused a severe, horrible problem that is exponentially more heartbreaking.
I just want to be able to not be a hassle to do things, like normal everyday things.
Like what everyday things?
Sitting down in school most of the time because that's really all I do, and it gets uncomfortable, and then I'm always like the jittery one.
What about romantic involvements? Has it affected that?
No, I don't think so. I've asked every single partner I've been with, and they're totally okay with it.
So the nerves to that area are fine.
No, those nerves, I'm pretty sure they're pretty good.
So it hasn't held you back romantically?
No, romantically, no.
I've done many, many, many buttock procedures for total buttock disasters. Okay, so why don't we go in the exam room and figure out the anatomy?
Okay.
Does that sound reasonable?
Sounds great.
Okay.
I do want Tristan to have this surgery because he has trouble sitting for long periods of time. So putting maybe a little bit of, cushion back there would help him out, in the long run.
Okay, so turn around
Okay.
and let me see what's going on here.
Okay.
Okay, so
I'll
hold that right there. You have no glute. He has no glutes. It's pure bone. And you have something here on this side. Let me tell you what I think your options are, okay? Have a seat.
Okay.
Okay. So your right side has absolute no gluteus maximus muscle at all. Your left side has some, but it's smaller, okay? The reason that's significant is because when we transfer fat, in order to get that fat to live, it's injected in and around the gluteus muscle. Otherwise, if you just do it underneath the skin, it doesn't really get its own blood supply very well, and it absorbs. The second option is you take fatty tissue from an area near that area and you rotate it down, and that's called a pedicled flap of fat. And the reason that tends to work is because it keeps its blood supply from the area in which you rotate it down. And then the third option, of course, is a butt implant. If you don't have a gluteus, buttock implant risks would be even higher, that they would fail.
Okay.
The question mark is, will the skin accommodate, or do you need pre-skin stretching? That's called tissue expansion, which would involve putting tissue expanders in. It could be done through that incision that you already have.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit longer.
Okay.
The pockets made on each side and expanders put in, and then you come in weekly and we and keep expanding. So you're basically walking around with expanders in your buttock. It stretches the skin and gets it ready for the ultimate transfer of whatever, be it buttock implants or tissue.
Okay.
So why don't you take a moment, okay?
And then we'll be back here.
Yeah, we'll
Okay,
check it.
okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. What do you think?
I I don't know. I'm feeling just overwhelmed with everything. It's just knowing that I might be doing multiple procedures over and over again just to fill out the expanders, basically go through trial and error. It makes me feel really nervous. I'm 50-50 right now.
Ultimately, this is your decision, Tristan.
So here's the question, right? We do have tools in our toolbox for you. We do.
Okay.
So what do you think about these options?
This is scary. This is something there's a lot of commitment. I'm super, super grateful to have been able to come out here and meet with the both of you. And, you know, just be able to, like, knowing the fact that you guys just took a look at everything that's been going on, it means a lot to me. It means a lot. But as of right now, I don't think I'm going to be able to go through with it. And
Let me tell you something, okay? I don't blame you.
I feel like I am passing up a great opportunity, but I'm scared to go through with the surgeries. I think I'm still a little traumatized from having all the surgeries in the past, that having to go through multiple surgeries in a significant amount of time just would have been a little too much for me to handle right now.
You had a fatal disease at a very advanced stage, and you came out of it healthy, happy. You're inspiring to anybody who would hear your story.
I am very disappointed that he made the decision not to do the surgery, but I'm just here to support him, and I just want him to be happy, and whatever decision he makes, this is all for him.
Listen, I can tell you one thing, Tristan. I'm not going anywhere. If you decide you want to do this, we'll even have that much more experience doing buttock surgery, okay? You both are awesome people.
Thank you. I appreciate
Pleasure
it.
meeting you.
Pleasure, guys. Thank you.